needs to be needed. What happens when you aren't needy? Jesus is not needy. This is the problem. You see, God has many of us in the cut, building us up from the inside out, like he did Jesus. So that when we come forward, we are who we say we are. We're not needy, friend. The things that normally will catch other people up don't work. This is the rough side of the mountain stuff, the isolation stuff that comes with sacrifice. Jesus doing his sacrifice of 40 days and 40 nights is nothing to him. Do you know how many times he sacrificed to get to where he is? You're sacrificing things beyond not eating food. Food is not the only type of sacrifice. Friend, I'm here to tell you that there are other things that you can sacrifice that are worse than not eating. And they don't have to do with unaliving family members and all that kind of stuff. Sacrificing desire. Controlling yourself. Aligning to a philosophy because you know it's true, without ever having to see the fullness of it made manifest. Friend, a lot of times this sacrifice on top of sacrifice on top of sacrifice, you're a walking sacrifice, just walking all kinds of sacrifices out. Friend, abstaining from certain types of thoughts, abstaining from certain types of behavior patterns, abstaining from certain types of relationships, abstaining from certain types of food, abstaining from certain types of feelings. All of these things are what one would consider sacrifices. To walk with God, friend, is a tremendous sacrifice. Tremendous. When the devil comes upon Jesus, and he says, basically, why deal with all these sacrifices? You've already made it, friend. You've passed all the tests to get to the power. Stop sacrificing. Stop controlling yourself. Kick back and live off the reputation that you've built up, but take it no further. In fact, begin to corrupt it. Don't do as you've been doing. Begin to convolute your actions. Tell people to do things that you yourself don't do. Lead people astray by telling them that they can reach certain levels of success, but withhold the knowledge of how you actually did it. Leading them astray. If I pull up and you know me as a business guru, entrepreneur of the decade, and I pull up in front of my old neighborhood in a brand new Rolls Royce and I'm doing well, everybody in that neighborhood is going to want that Rolls Royce. And I'm going to say, go get that Rolls Royce. But if I don't tell them how I got that Rolls Royce in truth, and I fabricate it, knowing that I got it really not through business, I got it through something else, I've led all them people astray. Because what they're going to do is they're going to try to go and get it that way. They're going to get a little taste of it, but they're going to reach a ceiling. And in order to keep that look up, they're going to begin doing all kind of wickedness and disintegrous stuff to one another. This is what the devil is looking to plant within Jesus at this opportune time in his walk. He hasn't come forth yet. He hasn't accumulated his disciples. He's just getting ready to become who he's just getting ready to get started. And the devil says, I want to get in on that. And because he couldn't get in on it, Jesus says, you don't tell me nothing. Who are you talking to? I've heard enough. Get over here. He puts his crown on. Actually, he straightens his crown because he never took it off. He sits in his chair and he straightens his crown up and he says, get over here. We've been talking too long. And he says to him, I will worship the Lord my God, and him only will I serve. And I don't want to hear nothing else from you. And immediately the devil left, and angels came and ministered unto him. Friend, I'm here to tell you that these entities only have dominion if you give them dominion. They don't have no more than what you give them. Jesus will go on to do a monumental thing. Yet this entity would not stop. What this entity would do, it would implement new strategies. It began working through other people to slow his progression down. But it would not stop. And even after the transition of Jesus, this same entity would look to pollute the word of God. They would look to pollute the words that Jesus spoke and twist them. Any way he can, he will do to be needed, friend. All of these things he will do because he needs to be needed. You got to know that. He will put you in precarious situations, so you need him. And because of that, those that God would use to create change in the world buckle out of need. And in them buckling, they are bound by invisible cords by him. So they are not able to be used. They wage war with those that God sends amongst them to help them. Not because they want to, but because they are bound. They don't have a choice. They don't war with you because they don't believe what you're saying is truthful. They don't believe the words that they say about you. They have to. Because they were put in a needful situation. And they accepted things out of such need. And because of that, they're limited in their walk. They can't say as they want to say. They can't do as they want to do. You must know these things. You must know these things. Because God knows these things. God knows these things, friend. Jesus will be one that they would not need them.